Hey guys, and welcome to Doing Things Dan's Way. So in that last video, this is part 2. In the previous video, I went through the 10 steps of making a YouTube video. So in this video, it's going to be more like looking over the shoulder of me while I actually make a video and go through the process. So if you haven't seen the previous video, hit up the card that'll pop up here or look in the description below for part 1 of this video series, because that's one where I actually talk through the 10 different steps and gave you a lot more content and description of what each one of those are. Now we're going to move forward and actually show you kind of how I think through those 10 steps and actually do them on a video that I'm going to produce right now. So don't go away. This is Doing Things Dan's Way. Okay, step 1, get inspired. My idea for this video, the inspiration comes from the fact that a year ago, my daughter was in a car accident, and because nobody stopped to give testimony about what happened, it became a he said, she said thing. So basically the CHP couldn't rule in favor of either party, my daughter or the other guy. All that to say, if we just had a simple dash cam, wouldn't have this problem. That's the inspiration. The who cares for me in this, so step number 2, with a catchy title, people would understand this is maybe something that applies to me. And it's also the answer to the question of, okay, what can I get my spouse, maybe especially my husband, for Christmas that he doesn't already have? On to step 3, organize. Okay, so now what I've done, I just kind of organized my thoughts. I actually wrote out kind of the main body of the key points of my video. So now I have a sense of like the flow of the video is the convince you need one, and then show you one, and then, you know, link below to go on Amazon and either buy this one or buy one similar to this, now that I've kind of convinced you that this would be a good idea for you to have or be a good gift to give. So that's kind of the direction I'm going with the body of it. And so now I'm just gonna do a little bit more organizing before I keep moving on. Okay, so at this point I have a good, I think, summary list of the things that I want to say in this video. I have a good sense of what the flow is going to be. One of the organizational steps for me is really just this idea of what title is going to gather somebody's attention. So for this one, a title along the lines of, and a thumbnail that says, dash cam would have saved me thousands. Something along those lines. That's kind of where I'm at. So I have several ideas in my head. Now you can change the title of your videos at any time, and you can change your thumbnails at any time as well. So there's many people out there that they'll drop a video, let it run for a while, and then swap out a thumbnail or swap out a title or reword things. So you can take a video that's not doing well at all, change the thumbnail, and suddenly see it take off. My fear is always the opposite. I'll change the thumbnail or something, and then just YouTube decides to like redo the algorithm, and suddenly now it's not promoting me at all. Once things are going well for me, I honestly get kind of scared. I don't know if I should be or not, but that's just kind of where I'm at. And now I can go ahead and go on to step 4, which is prepping my equipment, gathering equipment, getting myself set up. So for this video, since I'm using my GoPro to do this video, I'm going to use my DSLR for convincing you need a webcam part of the video, and then the kind of unboxing and showing off what a webcam looks like, the basic components, and then we'll go outside and actually install it. We'll take some footage driving around to get an idea of the quality of the result, and then we'll end up back in the office here probably this evening. It's 3 o'clock now, and we will actually do the conclusion at that point, saying, okay, was this particular webcam a good choice? Does it seem like it will work effectively for me? And then at that point I'll be done with the filming part, and I can start doing the editing portion. Let me double check my equipment a little bit, confirm my microphone is working. So on the subject of audio real quick, what I use a DASHCAM. This is a little TR10L. These are, generally speaking, fantastic. In fact, I've had very, very few misses with these. When you turn this on, if you turn it on in the record mode, it immediately goes in record mode. The buttons are locked, so you can give this to someone else, put it on someone, and they cannot mess it up. That is the beauty of these little DASHCAMs. They also run for about 10 hours on a AAA battery. I go my whole day never shutting it off. And that way I can just grab one file into my editor and scroll around on it, time-align things, and time the video with the audio in the editor, and it's all put back together again. So this is a fantastic tool. Okay, so now that I have my camera set up, I have lighting good, my focus is solid, I have a microphone running, I'm going to press record on this camera, clap to time align the audio from my microphone with the audio on the camera itself. That'll let me in post just line up the claps, and then I'll go ahead and film my intro. Hey there, welcome to Doing Things Dan's Way. So last year I lost thousands of dollars. Okay, so now that I have the intro recorded and I have a bunch of the body, like the explanation of why you need a dash cam and like just a quick unboxing of this particular one, let's move this all outside and let's get this installed. And I'll show you kind of just of how I do car shots. So what I have here is my A6400 with a Samyang 8mm lens. 8 is really, really, really wide. It's like the iPhone with the extra wide mode turned on. So it's getting an image that's basically all the way out here, all the way down. And now I can crop and zoom in on that because I'm still taking a 4K image, but that will let me be able to highlight any spot that I'm working as I'm working in this whole area. But this will give me the kind of view that I'm looking for. And now we get back in and we're going to film our conclusion. Smash my face to subscribe, and until next time, guys, be blessed. At this point now, I'm going to shut everything down. I'm still recording 2 hours and 27 minutes. I may end up putting this back on and doing some voiceover work, which is not uncommon. Okay, next step is editing. And so in editing, the first thing we have to do is get all of our content onto our hard drive. Whether it's a laptop or your desktop, you got to upload it all. So SD cards, like out of the Sony camera here, those just pop out. I drop them into a card reader and upload those. That's the big deal. On my phone, I use a little adapter like this. This guy has the lightning connector on one end and a USB on the other. And so I can just plug it in. I can pulls up a file manager and I can select all of the videos I've taken with my phone, just B-roll little shots or special angles. I can take that and copy it over. So one of these is super helpful because it makes it really fast. The DASHCAM just plugs in over micro USB, so that's easy. So get all the content in. And it's time, it's 8 o'clock. And so I have a first cut. Not everything's even pulled in yet. It's 20 minutes long. Talk tomorrow. Okay, it is a new day. It is now 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to keep editing on this project. Okay, so this is very, very classic editing. I've spent the last several hours going through and basically taking all the air out of all the content. At this point, I have most of the footage pulled in. I have some screen captures that I need to do. There's some Amazon browsing that I need to B-roll into. And B-roll is just footage that you add that's indicative of what you're talking about. But it's done out of sequence. It's extra pieces of footage that you pull in. So I need to screen capture myself, like scrolling through Amazon listings of different webcams for this particular video. As in the dialogue, I'm saying, as you see here on Amazon, there's lots of choices of different cameras that you can pull from. So this is kind of step one. I've gone through all the footage once. I have a video that's now 24 minutes, 19 seconds long. Obviously, I'm not going to produce a video anywhere close to that long on this particular topic. So I need to be able to cook this all down to just the bare essence of the required content to tell this story. And so in the process, I'm going to be deleting a lot of the stuff that I've said. I think I'm saying a lot of really good stuff, even right now as I'm talking to you. I'll probably cut in some of this out too. And so you just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut and try and get it down to just the bare essential story and then also just keep the tempo of the story going too. People are just starving for lots of visual stimulation. The other thing I do a lot is once I get this compressed down to here, one of the later steps in the editing process for me is to do a lot of pop ins and pop outs. So I'll say a few phrases, but then every 10, 15 seconds or so, without changing the angle of the camera, I'll zoom to a different level. And by having just a different level, and you've probably seen in this video too, just those changes of interest, and like, oh, I'm looking at something new now. I can see more, I can see less. Those create the illusion of a multi-camera shoot in a sense, where you have dynamics of things happening. Additional passes through the content will be for audio. I'll go through the entire thing at some point once I've cut it way, way, way down. EQ and level balance all the audio to be very, very close to final content. I still use a compressor and gates and noise reduction as last steps as well. But I'll go through and make sure there aren't any like loud pops or whole sections where I'm a lot quieter. Or like when I had the microphone on my shoulder here, if I turn to the right and talk, suddenly it'll get really, really loud right in that moment. And so I don't want that to happen. So an additional pass is that. Another pass through it is color correction. In this one, I had a lot of dynamics outside as I was recording. And so I'll do some brightness and color change, correction to just make the whole video look cleaner. And then also, any kind of titles, subheadings, lower thirds, all the text. That's a whole other pass that's going to happen during editing. So I'm not going to show you like how to do all those things. I'm just kind of bringing up the fact that editing isn't just kind of a one-time pass through the content. It's pass and over pass, doing all of these different steps, consolidating and crunching the content down. So anyway, back to editing. Okay, that is the end of a second pass, I guess you could say. At the end of the day yesterday, I done like the bulk pass, and I guess this morning I did get the last of the content added. And then this last time through, I consolidated and shortened and compressed and everything. Now I have it down to 11 minutes and 59 seconds. So actually at this point, we're getting close to where I'm at least happy with the general length. It'll continue to get shorter from here, but just to give me an idea, like now this whole timeline is compressed in half from where it was. So there's no more air in it. Most of the content is there. I still have those little B-roll pieces I need to do. So now I'm going to go back to the beginning and watch it again and continue to compress, get rid of unnecessary stuff, and add in all those last details that are missing. Okay, so it's been an hour and 39 minutes today. And that is pass number 3. It is now down to 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And at this point, I'm going to get the B-roll stuck in there. And then that's the last of it. That's the last of the content that I need to create. From there, it's going to be the color correction, audio passes, any other little text pop-ups, that sort of thing. So I'm going to keep going. Okay, so at this point I have all the content in. That was the 4th pass. The video is currently 10 minutes, 9 seconds long. I would love to get it down below 10 minutes. I do want it longer than 8 minutes, because if it's below 8 minutes, I can't have a mid-roll commercial. I can only have commercials at the beginning and the end, and that's just a YouTube thing. This next pass, I'm going to be doing a lot more of the zoom in and outs, that kind of pop in, pop out kind of thing, and possibly a little bit of the color correction. It is now 2:15, and I'm back at pass number, I'm still in the middle of pass number 4, I think. So keep going. Okay, so that's the end of that pass. The video is now 9 minutes and 16 seconds long. Just to get an idea. Cut. Like, there's so many good things that are being said, but people are just going to get bored so quickly and just click away anyway. Take out lots of good content and just say the bare minimum. And it's still 9 minutes long, but I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think, one more pass back through, which will probably take a half an hour, honestly, by the time you make a bunch of little fussy edits. And then at that point, I will be done. I will render it, I will upload it, and then start the process of making a thumbnail. And then once it's uploaded, get all of the details on YouTube Analytics set up. So. Okay, pass number, whatever that is, I'm done. I'm happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and render it, have it upload to YouTube, and while it's uploading to YouTube, I can be working on the thumbnail. And that's the next step, is come up with a thumbnail that grabs your attention, that people are going to stop and click, and let's get that figured out next. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That was about 25 minutes to make this thumbnail, including setting up a picture and doing all the work. Next step here is to switch over go into Studio, and DaVinci's already been uploading the video for me, so I should be able to just go to Content, and yes, here's my video. It already grabbed the chapters that I put in as markers using DaVinci, so I don't have to go through and actually pick the timestamps for each of the chapters, which is really awesome and helpful. And so now I'm going to drag in a new thumbnail and start writing a description, and I need to go into the end screens and the cards and tags and all the different things that are on there. So let's turn around and start working on that. So we can see here I came up with this title, which includes both what I hope is a catchy statement. I have as the first thing I like to have in my description is a link, so that when you pull it up on YouTube, on a phone especially, like the first thing you'll see as you scroll down is that link, if you see the description at all. I usually give myself just a quick paragraph with some keywords in it. I don't expect people to really read this, honestly. DaVinci Resolve lets me set markers inside the video itself, and those markers automatically are picked up and brought along as part of the description here. So I didn't have to figure these out. But you can do chapters at the bottom of your video. You can see that the chapters are broken up down here, and that's all done automatically if you use this format. And you can just hand write this out, that easy. And then, of course, if you're doing affiliate links, you do need to have some kind of affiliate statement, and then I give my name and a way for people to get a hold of me if they want to contact me. Let me speak to the link that's here. Okay, so that affiliate link brings me right to the item of this dash cam, for example. But let's say I just browsed, I found this dash cam and I wanted to create an affiliate link for it. So once you sign up for affiliates in Amazon and you're logged in, you're going to see this Amazon Associate Site Stripe little like toolbar basically it comes up. So very quickly, all I can do is just click on text and I can get a link this quickly that I can copy. So I could just take that text right there and stuff that into this description, and that's totally doable. But adding another level to this, like the problem with those links is you can never tell really how well they've done. I don't get to see analytics on how well, let's say, this exact link has done for me. So if you go to Genius, geniuslink.com, and log in. Okay, so here, this gives me the ability of creating links that are trackable. So if I just go into my links, and the most recent link will be that video. But once you have it, click into it, I can now see that, okay, I've had 24 clicks on this in its lifetime. Now this video is only 48 hours old. So this gives you an idea. Now I can see, okay, where they've come from. YouTube, from Facebook. People clicked on my Facebook link 3 times there. It shows me all the different countries. So I've got people from Germany and from Turkey, United States. And so this just gives you a little bit more visibility as to how your links are doing. You can also put things into groups, and then you could also see, okay, one particular topic, like my CMAX videos. Okay, I have 5 links under CMAX. Okay, of those 5 links in lifetime, they've had 535 clicks. Okay, And in the past 30 days, I've had 87 clicks. This may tell me, man, like people hate this adventure challenge thing, but they love my dishwasher links. So you can see the number of clicks historically on some of these. So the Mazda 3, my goodness, that side mirror replacement video I did has generated 1,900 clicks. And so that's, okay, man, Mazda 3 people really like my videos, or they are DIYers. So that's what Genius is all about. So I made that thumbnail already, and you just literally open a file browser and drag it here or upload it. Subtitles are good if you want to go through and clean those up a bit and make them more legible, readable, because people definitely do watch videos with subtitles. If I look at my end screen, so here in end screen, I drag a element called subscribe and stick it wherever I say smash on my face. Smash on my face is... So I literally, I can put that right there, and I can also adjust the time, when that pops up. Video. So smash on my face to subscribe. And then I also put these two here. Subscribe. I also made a video out of this video showing people how to... So you can see that you can put these wherever you want on the screen. I just park them up in the corners, and then depending on what the video is doing or what I think would be the next appropriate video, you can manually tell it to be a specific video. And then it's really good to add things to playlists. It never hurts. So I've stuck this video onto a couple other playlists that I had related to the C-Max, which is the car I put it into, and then my general DIY car repair maintenance playlist. And then you can go down and you can actually do tags. And so down here under tags, I like to put just a whole bunch of keywords. So, put the word lawsuit and crash and footage review, just a bunch of things that someone might type that these links would help the analytics, point my video to their attention. I do turn on monetization, and then I will go in and actually put a location of a video. So you can go in here and say, during mid-roll, I will manage my mid-rolls. And I had a spot here right when I said, okay, well, let's go outside and install this thing. And then boom, right there, I put a location. I don't get to say anything about what kind of video goes there, but I do get to put the exact location for it. That's about it. The only thing that triggers your video to go live is to change this visibility from unlisted or private to public. And you click public and done, and then hit save, and that's it. It's that simple. Nothing more dramatic than that. It is now live. And somewhere right about now, it's going to update itself internally and notify all of my subscribers that there's a new video available. So anybody who has the bell on will get a bell. That's how anticlimactic it is. That's kind of step 10. It's just, launch your content. So a little bit of bonus content for you here. Call it number 11. I find it helpful to go ahead and self-promote just to my local circles. Even though that doesn't represent a ton of people, it lets people who are friends and family who would want to watch a video right away just to see what's going on, to watch it. So what I do is I go into the video link itself, and I click on share, and I just share it. So I'm going to go into Facebook and write a little post. I'm going to put it on LinkedIn. Let those people know in my world. Stick on Pinterest, any other social media. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. That is the 10 steps plus a bonus one of how I make YouTube videos. It's a lot of hours. Today it is now 4:36 the next day, and I started making this video yesterday at like 2 o'clock. Now, lots of breaks, lunch, dinner, family, all the things. It's not like continuous hours. But remember I said, think about how many hours when you're done this actually took. 6 hours editing the video and posting it. And I probably spent 4 hours filming it. Let's call it 10 hours. And this turned out to be an 8-minute and 55-second long video. In the hour per minute rule, just over an hour per minute to make this video. There are hundreds of segments, all these little segments that were edited, 4 different layers of video, 3 or 4 different layers of audio, 5 or 6 passes through it to get it right. There are just so many steps in there. None of it is like crazy complicated. It's just a matter of learning and getting better over time as you do this. That's it. That's the end. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let you go create something. Put in the comments below what your thoughts are on all this. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to answer questions. I really do try to comment back on every legitimate question or comment in the comments of my videos. Hope you appreciate the time it took to put this video together to you about this video to someone else, right? I really appreciate you hitting thumbs up for me. That really does make actually a huge difference. Commenting makes a big difference. If you share it, way bigger difference. Those are just great ways to support my channel. If you hit up my Amazon store down below, that's a way of supporting the channel. It doesn't cost you a dime. You buy anything on Amazon, I get a small piece of that. Hit up any of these other videos over here if you're interested, and smash on my face, of course, to subscribe. And until next time, guys, be blessed.